Welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have SNM Global Holdings, trades on the OTC Pink sheets under the symbol SNMN, and is a media-based holding company that includes assets in the film, art, and self-care industries. It also has branched into the MJ space as a diversification. Please welcome its president, Troy Lowman. Welcome, Troy.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks for having us on here. Tell a story.
All right, we're excited to hear your presentation. The floor is yours.
Okay, so SNM Global Holdings, like you said, is a media-based company with a division in the MJ space. I've been the CEO since 2015. I have a extensive background on Wall Street. I was a stockbroker for 15 years. I did PR, IR for another decade. And what I wanted to do was take over one of these smaller companies and see if I could, take it to the NASDAQ. So when I took it over, it was really important to me to have the share structure so that it was beneficial to shareholders. One of the first things I did was retire over 2 billion shares in the market. So our structure is very, very tight. We don't have a lot of debt in the company, and the debt that we do have is friendly. And what I wanted to do is started to build the base of the companies. Smaller companies down here always have an idea, but a lot of times they don't. So I've always been interested in movies, and I wanted to start with Bullet Point. Bullet Point is a company that I had myself, but S&M now wholly owns it. What Bullet Point Properties entails is not only the film division, but we're also getting into crypto art, fashion, and also we're going to launch our own skincare line. Probably sometime in the fall. We were going to do it during the pandemic, but it didn't quite get any traction. Got a lot going on. I know Bullet Point Films has 2 films, Love Letters to the Shore and Ghosts of 33rd Street. Both films have won awards. Ghosts won 3 Independent Film Awards, and Love Letters won 1. And we have seven projects that are anywhere from pre-production to post-production. A political documentary that we think is going to be the best one we've done yet, that we feel is going to be universally accepted. And we are going to launch our own films festival next year. I'm actually going to the Eastern Shore of Maryland to basically finalize starting this film festival. That's going to enhance the bottom line of the value of the production company. It's also going to give us a pipeline of new cutting edge filmmakers. That's going to give us content for the streaming service that we're actually going to launch on Friday. You're going to be able to sign up to our streaming service, watch all our products for free. And what we're going to do is build the valuation up, the product line, and go from there. On the other hand, we also entered the MJ space. We are 50% owner of Hemphub. And what they do is they're going to launch a mobile app where it's similar to the film app that we're going to launch, and that you can buy CBD products. They're going to get more into the area of hemp. The research, articles, the innovation of what's going on. So they're going to do more than just sell products. So we're really excited about that. It is a space that is still climbing, and we feel owning 50% of this new app is going to enhance the bottom line of SNM. So between the film, the fashion, the art that we're doing with the MJ, and my other priority is uplifting the company. When I took over the company, it was the one thing I wanted to do first. We want to uplift. We feel like we're a stock on the rise and we're really undervalued.
All right. Let's see. So what are your primary goals for the rest of 2021?
Okay, like I was saying, we are launching our streaming service app on Friday. It's going to have our 2 award-winning movies on there, but we're also going to have a whole lot more content. We have 7 properties, anywhere from pre to post-production. We're going to have a podcast. We're going to start the backstory of the film festival we're launching next year. So people are going to be able to sign up with their email and their name. They're going to be able to see everything we're doing for free. And then at some point, what we want to do is we're looking to we're very ambitious. We want to get 500,000 followers before the end of the year and then go upwards to 1 million. We're going to use the product that, basically the model that Disney uses with Disney Plus. I can say that we're Disney, but we're going to use that model. With putting Black Widow on their streaming service and some of the Marvel properties, the stock is really, really gone up in value. We feel that if we put that out, we wholly own our product. There's no reason to charge anybody for it. We feel the valuation of the production company will go to our bottom line. Our stock will rise, allowing us to do even more movies and even more properties.
So now, Jordan Neal is asking for you to describe the sector that fits you best.
Well, I would think that we were a media company, but I really think that we really expand out into more arts also. I mean, look, we're in film. We're going to launch crypto art. We're going to have our own skincare line. So I would say we're a media/art company, but with a big presence, or we hope to have a big presence in the MJ sector with Hemphub.
Guy Milo is asking, any surprises lined up for SNM that you can discuss?
Well, like I say, one of the things that is most important to me is to uplift. I never wanted to stay on the bulletin board. We really can't. We have to be really delicate in the process of uplisting. But that is my primary goal, is to uplist and get to continue to uplist. So that's one thing. Hemphub, the 2 apps are the most important thing. Once we launch them, Anna, what our main goal at that point is just to gain content, gain valuation. And if we gain credibility with our movies, once you go on the site, you can see our movies. They're not homemade. They're actual award-winning movies that we're making here. We own them outright. I don't really like partnerships, even though I want some bigger productions with other people. So we just want to keep building the content of the movie, get the art off the ground, and then go from there.
Joe Royer says, what's your business model for Bullet Point Films?
Well, the business model for that is the thing that the analogy I would use the most is look at what Disney does. Okay, they own their content. Okay, they show it, and then they advertise it. They make all their money off advertising. I feel it's like the old school TV model, where back in the 60s or 70s, you got to watch TV for free, but then you had advertising commercials. I think we're almost going full circle with that. I think that's the new trend, to go back to the old ways, but with 21st century technology. So we're going to let everybody watch all our product for free. You'll see what we're doing, our podcasts, everything like that. I'm a real perfectionist with what goes on the site. It's got to be really professional, really good. I've got some state-of-the-art filmmakers and editors. And, once we get a following, which we want, like I say, our goal is by the end of the year, get 500,000 followers. If we already have natural fans with the movies we have right now, then you can start to sell advertising on there. I don't want to be obtrusive, like have too much advertising on there. But, if we have enough, we'll have a revenue stream there, and we'll just continue to build.
Bill Larimore wants to know, is the company looking for further acquisitions, and what is its biggest strength? And of SNM, what's the biggest strength?
We are looking for other acquisitions, but I'm somebody who's very prudent in the way we go about it. I want to build up what we have now. We have a 2-headed monster with Hemphub and Bullet Point Properties. So I want to build this film production company up where it's really credible and really has a valuation that's really helps the bottom line stock. And then let Hemphub also. At that point, we would look for other acquisitions that we could primarily control. I'm not real big on being a passive investor for the company. It's never worked out in the past for us. So we would want to control. With Bullet Point, we wholly own it. And with Hemphub, we're 50% owner with a big stake in what they do. So I would say the acquisitions probably would be a year out after we build everything up and also uplist.
Arden Marcico is asking, what percentage of Hemphub and Bullet Point properties does SNM currently own?
Right. Like I just said, Bullet Point is wholly owned by SNM. They own the entire production company now. Bought the entire thing out. Hemphub is we're 50% owners. So we're 50% equity in the company. The big stake in what they do. It's not like they can just basically do anything. You really consult us and what direction they're going. So a 50% stake in Hemphub, we wholly own Bullet Point. I think what you were saying about the biggest strength, I really feel our share structure. You know, for us, structure is very tight. We have a lot of long-term shareholders. We have our fair share of day traders, but we have a lot of people that are fans, and we don't do a lot of dilution. We've rarely diluted since 2017. So we do have some debt, and it will eventually be converted, but I feel it'd be in small pieces and friendly hands.
William Walkzak is asking, what will set Hemphub apart from any competitors?
I feel the major difference, they're in the CBD sector, but they're going to spread out beyond that to the hemp industry. They're not only going to sell CBD, but they're going to look for innovative hemp ideas, hemp investments. So I think they're looking at a broader picture and what a lot of people are more narrow than what Hemphub is going to try to do. But what they're doing is very ambitious, but if they pull it off, they will have a wider reach than most companies in their sector.
Cruz Yabanez asks, are there any other features or benefits that will benefit users?
As far as Hemphub, or just the company in?
The company in general.
Well, yes. David Atkins, who's the president of Hemphub, there's going to be a small membership fee, but then there's going to be all kinds of enhancements, benefits to being a member. And it's going to be a very small fee, so they will have benefits that he'll announce in the future.
Talk a little bit about the membership fee.
Well, like I say, he's going to have the beta. By the end of this month, he'll have the beta option out. People can look at what's going on. The app itself probably will not launch until late fall, maybe even first of the year, because he wants to get it exactly right. So I'm going to leave it up to him at that point for them to follow him on there and he will decide, what their benefits are going to be. Basically, let them handle the day-to-day operation, where I handle SNM and Bullet Point.
Jamar Duddle is asking, how can people contact Hemphub?
They have a Facebook page. They also have a website. When you join, obviously, you'll be able to chat with them in real time. There's a wide variety to getting in contact with them. You also can get in contact with me. I'm a very accessible CEO. I wanted to say that. You can email me or call me at any time. And if shareholders, I appreciate that they invest in the company. So if they have questions about Hemphub, if I don't know, I will find out for them. So pretty accessible. Matthias
Errazuriz is asking a little bit more about the $5 million deal in Twitter some time ago. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, we have an executed deal. We get deals thrown at us all the time for our content, to do movie projects. Not all of them are great deals, though. So I'm real particular. We have a deal with an international company on this, an executed deal. But I want the terms changed somewhat. And so we're holding steady. So it's almost like a cat and mouse game right now. But I have other financing available that may end up being better for us. It's really important to me that we don't lose control of our content. The way you get rich in this business is you own it. You know, Oprah got rich because she owned her production company. So a lot of people want a piece of what we're doing and we don't want to give it up. So if not, we have many self-funding and other funding options that you can go to. Right now, what I'm doing is I want to get these movies out so we can build that content up, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I won't give up a piece and that we'll regret later.
Yusuf Hamburg has two questions. What happened to all the medical marijuana projects SNM was working on, and what is the status of Bay Grow partnership?
Yeah, Cannabis Kings and Bay Grow. Cannabis Kings was a victim of the pandemic. They were a farm that basically got shut down, and it just couldn't make the turn. Bay Grow they've had a myriad of issues. They got caught up in all the legalities of the Maryland grow license and getting that. So, you know, with the pandemic changed our vision of what we want to do with this company. We want to be bulletproof on anything that is not that you can't do like cyber-wise. You know, if we get shut down again or something like that, we don't want to have a brick and mortar situation where we're shut down. With the movies and the Hemphub, that just won't happen. So we're going that way. And I think that's the way to go, you know, over the next 10, 15 years.
Jeremy Solis wants to know, what's your marketing budget to generate sales over the next 12 months?
Well, we have a significant marketing budget. We have a lot of partners in these movies. I'm a natural PR. I had my own PR company for 20 years, so I know how to market. So it's not the amount of money, it's how you do it. So I feel with the streaming service, and the way to really get people to believe in you, have credible products. If we come up with movies that actually win awards and people like, and people say that, you know, this is a real production company, it's just going to build. You got to be really careful. I turned down a lot of projects, and we have 7 in the pipeline right now. 7 between documentaries, a piece of a movie, a podcast, a film festival. I think people are going to be really excited. Like, they're really building something there, and we'll have our own self-contained fans.
Hilmi Ari is asking, what's your time frame to uplist?
By the way, Hilmi is one of my favorite shareholders. He's a great shareholder. Like I said, we got to be real careful about that, but we are striving to get uplisted as quickly as we can. Like I said, if somebody said, what is the most important thing for you for this company? It's to uplist. It is my main priority. So we have great accountants and such, and we are in the process of trying to go that way.
Dan Alcott wants to know, which of your verticals will generate recurring revenue?
I'm always partial to the movies, but I really think that the elephant in the room is Hemphub. If they take off and they get into a space that not a lot of people are, they could dwarf what the movie company does. But I think we'll be really steady, have the glamour, but I think they might really bring, I'm counting on them, or I do believe that they will be huge, and we'll be carried along with them.
Dan Bradbury wants to know, what impact do you think Hemphub will have on current storefronts and businesses in the space?
Well, see, because they're a mobile app, they're impervious to anything that happens. I think anything brick and mortar, this is my opinion, I think is in real danger, over the next 5 years. I think after the pandemic, Anna, people got used to not doing everything online. I think that's not going to go away. I think it's only going to get bigger. So both our businesses, both our models are online. People can go from the watch our movies or buy things from Hemphub or see what kind of research they're working on, or our crypto art that we're going to start, all from their house. So, as the 20s go on, I think this is going to be bigger and bigger. So we're setting ourselves up for it.
Kelly Collada wants to know if you have any plans for a dividend after the company goes cash flow positive.
Well, I mean, that's a long way off. That would be great. So I think that's, I don't want to get ahead. I'm somebody who I don't like to get ahead of ourselves. My first thing is let's get uplisted. Let's let this company grow. Let's get ourselves in a position and we'll see where we're at.
Tristan Helfer wants to know if you can discuss the potential of royalties in your media and product placement revenue.
Yes, I mean, that's exactly what we're doing with our streaming service. You'll be able to look at all our movies, but we will start to sell revenue space on our site. I've been doing a lot of research on it. I don't want to do it where it's heavy-handed, something that's really slick and doesn't bother, like people go on there and not get inundated with ads. But it will be in a way where we will get a revenue base and people can enjoy what's going on. They can go over here and watch this documentary or listen to this podcast or see what we're doing with the film. I'm a big believer in backstory. Like our film festival, we're going to have a lot of backstory footage. So I think it's going to be a very interesting site and people can grow with us. You know, watch us step by step move up the ladder. And if we win an award, they'll feel like they're part of it. So, you know, the revenue stream is unlimited, really. I really am going to put a lot of marketing into getting followers.
Zach Lunsford wants to know what your average budget is for the media you create and what are the expected margins?
Well, on the movies, that's always tough. Like some of the movies I do combine Wall Street with Hollywood, and which is very difficult sometimes. Some of the people I work with in Hollywood, I would say is crayon financing. So with my Wall Street background, I make sure that it's something where every dollar we spend there's a reason for it. So both documentaries we did, I feel came in under budget. And as far as there's twofold on the valuation. It gives us content that enhances the production company. And it also will allow us to, basically get more ads. Say I have a football documentary. We can get maybe ads in the sports space or online dating. We're doing a documentary with online dating. I think that's going to be very popular. So we might get in that space. So margins, I think, really depend on how many followers we get on our site. And that's my main priority, is get as many as possible.
Justin Furrow wants to know if you can give us a timeline of major upcoming milestones you plan to hit.
That's a good question. Friday, we are going to launch our site with Bullet Point Films. The crypto art, we should have major news announcements early in the fall about what we're building out that space right now. Hemphub, by the end of the month, you will be able to go to its preview page, which we will tweet out that site so they can go to the preview page on that. The app will take a little bit longer. And then as far as the audits, like I said, got to be real careful how we talk about that. But it's one of my priorities right now. So I feel by the end of the year, we're going to be set up with both apps ready to roll and a lot of major news on uplisting.
Last question, uplisting. Do you plan on doing any modifications to the share structure to speed up us uplisting? Nicholas Theus is asking this.
That's a good question. Not as of now. We feel we can organically get to the place where we can uplist. So as of now, we feel that we're on the rise and all we're going to do is carry it through here. So that was a good question.
All right, Troy, great speaking with you today, and we look forward to hearing your future updates. Thank you so much for joining us.
Anna, thanks a lot. And to the shareholders, anytime that you want an update, feel free to call me or email me. I will get back to you.
Fantastic. All right, everyone, we have one more presenter, so stay with us as we transition to our last company for the day. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Anna.